Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun video, we are going to be discussing the equipment that I use to make and produce the videos like you are watching here. Thank you for joining in. Now, in recent weeks, I've been getting messages through Messenger and everything asking me, look, what kind of camera do you use? Do you have an overhead microphone? Someone even asked me, do I use a teleprompter, like to type up a script? And of course, obviously, no. I am very bare bones out here. Technology is amazing, and I'm fascinated by it, but it's just one of those things that I don't really grasp the grand scheme of, if that makes any sense. I just wanted to show you guys the cameras, the equipment, the tripods and all that I use. Again, the camera I have here is just a basic camera from Walmart with a flip out screen to where I can see me here. So if you ever see me looking a little to the side here, it's because I'm trying to make sure everything is in the shot and not looking directly into the lens. So I hope that makes sense. But now, way back when I started the channel, 2007, 2008, something like that, you know, I registered for YouTube, and I just wanted to dump videos I made at random onto it. And I didn't have this camera here. I had this camera right here, this little bitty pocket camera. It is made by Kodak, and it's called the Play Sport. There is the front side with the lens and everything, and then the microphone is right here. So, you know, whenever you're filming something, you have to make sure that it's there. And then the back, once you turn it on, there is the screen, and you can see it is very small, and then there's zooming and all, playback, everything like that. It runs on a SD card like you would put in a bigger camera, and you charge it by the USB port, and you also transfer your files off of it on the computer with the USB port that's included and everything. And I keep this on me at all times when I'm out and about in town, just in case I see something I want to quickly film. I did film the Amtrak video last year entirely with this camera, so I still use it, and it still produces quality content, I hope, for you guys. And I filmed my very first probably 10 to 15 woodworking videos out here in the workshop with this specific camera, and it was so tedious to do it because I had to set up the shot on the tripod, film a test piece to make sure everything was in frame, because I didn't know if it was going to be, or if my voice was going to pick up properly, and then I'd go back and have to delete that and then go and film the actual footage that I was planning on filming, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to talk this out in my head. Again, I don't have a teleprompter. I don't have no fancy overhead lights. I don't have a clip-on microphone anywhere. You know, I just speak clearly into the camera and everything. And what's unique about this camera is I still have the same video editor that came on this camera on my Windows 10 desktop, and I still use that video editor exclusively. It's where I speed up, do the time-lapse voiceovers, add music and all. It's a very bare bones drag and drop kind of video editor, and that is still what I use, and it works for me. And I'm one of those people, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I do have a nicer video editor on the computer. It's just that I haven't sit down and taken the time to learn it because of the schedule of filming and getting videos out weekly, and then going about my day-to-day life, doing 3D print orders, making little small keychains and all, you know, those kind of orders, and interacting with everybody. And then, of course, just life in general is busy. So really, really cool. This is what it started on, and I cherish it. Again, I carry it with me everywhere, and it is a great camera. It fits good into the hand, and especially the train show we went to this year up in Mebane, the 9th annual Mebane train show. I filmed all the footage at the show with this camera here, and then when we came back home the next day, I filmed the other footage on the camera we're going to use here. Now, what I'm going to do here in a few minutes is try to take the big camera off the tripod, put this one on and film it so I can show you all about that camera. But I'm going to show you some of the other stuff that I have here. I do have this little tripod here with a phone stand, and of course you guys know I do the little 60-second shorts on YouTube, and I do those exclusively on my phone. I film content and everything with my cell phone for the short videos, and of course social media apps. That helps me a lot, getting the name out there, getting the Artisan Pirate name and brand out. But I have this here. I picked this up, I think, at Walmart for like $10, $12, something like that. And it can hold the phone, especially if I'm doing something where I need to be using both hands and not just filming with one hand with the cell phone. But the camera can also fit on that. And when I go out to places like, let's say, the train museum up in Spencer, or we do the videos like at the city park or the depot, I have this. It is a knockoff Joby grip, and it can bend, it can flex around, and I like that because if I need to post an intro or film an intro or outro for it, I can, you know, snake it around something like this round, like a post or guardrail or something. And I've got one of my hair bands there, and what I do is I just clip it on like that to where it is nice and tight, to where I don't have to worry about the camera toppling over. And also when I film it, I use it kind of like a selfie stick, if you guys remember those. And what I'll do is kind of curve it to get the camera that much farther away from me, to where I am in the shot when I'm filming directly at myself. And I use this a lot, and this is another accessory that's always in my bag when I travel. I travel everywhere, even if it's to go get groceries. I take a book bag with me with the small camera and this. Some of my stickers, wristbands, and business cards are always on me, you know, so that's just something I use. And now here is something else I have but have not used for filming woodworking videos. Again, back when the channel started, before I buckled down and wanted to make a go of what I'm doing now, I was just filming something every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, as my grandparents would say, and, you know, posting it and uploading it and sharing it to friends as a way to preserve what I was doing for future generations if they cared to look back on what I did in my day-to-day life. But really, really cool. This is a GoPro Hero 3, and it has been through the ringer. It's been dropped. It has been thrown up in the air. It's been on roller coasters with me, and it still runs. I've got the add-on touchscreen here for the back of it to film with, and I've never filmed, well, I'll take that back. I filmed one woodworking video with this, and I do have the accessories for this, like the chesty, the head mount, you know, the wrist mount for selfie filming and stuff like that. I have the waterproof house, and I have taken it out in the beach and filmed with it some. And I just film personal stuff with this when I take a need to it. I've still got all the software that runs this one. And when I very first started YouTube, I wanted to film a project start to finish without no interruptions, you know. So what I did, and I just got up in the rafters on a chair, and I laid the camera down facing the top of the scroll saw and just filmed that. And to me personally, I did not like how the footage came out on the GoPro then. It had that fisheye, and I didn't think it would be good to use in a teaching format, if that makes any sense. Now when you're out biking or doing, you know, mountain trails or scuba diving, this is the go-to right here, and I'm glad that I am fortunate enough to own this. But again, I don't use it. I still have that footage from where I laid it in the rafters facing down. I've got it saved, and it's funny to look back because, you know, it catches such a wide angle the way these film, and you can see, you know, like everywhere in the shop pretty much. And it's funny to look back on it and see how much the shop has changed throughout the evolution of the workflow that I have developed for me personally, and it's way different than how my grandfather left it. But really, really cool. What I'm going to do now, and I hope, again, my voice comes through, I'm going to take the camera here that I originally started with, put it back on the tripod so I can show you the camera that I have filmed everything with since. And while I'm switching out the cameras and getting them set up, here is a glimpse of the video editor I use. Again, it's very basic drag and drop affair where I can speed up or slow down individual clips, and it's Arc Soft Media Impressions for Kodak, and it came on that original little handy cam I had. And I still use this software, and I did a quick look at Walmart.com, and the camera with the flip out screen is still available at Walmart.com, and over on Amazon.com the voiceover microphone I'm currently using seems to be unavailable, but it's very similar to this one, and it's less than $20. And all of the background music you hear that plays in my voiceover segments is free to YouTube content creators through their audio library. Hope this gives a glimpse into the technology side of everything I do. There we go. Alright, now I have, like I did in the old days, a few years ago, I filmed a little test clip, maybe 15 seconds long, just testing voiceover, like voiceover, 1, 2, 3, test, you know, to make sure everything was coming up. And I hope the quality is still as good as it used to be when I used to use this camera to film. Again, right now we are filming with the Kodak Play Sport Handycam that I took on the Amtrak journey and to the train show, and just film and always have on me at all times in case I need to quickly film something. But here's the camera we were filming on previously. I love this camera. Open and close the lens cap there. You know, it is a powerful camera, and it's not a big investment if you're wanting to get into doing this stuff. And at the time, for me, it was a big investment, but looking back now, it was an investment that was worthwhile because it took a lot off of me, and I was able to produce stuff quicker with the addition of the flip out camera there, the screen. And I'm gonna open the lens cap there, and now I'm looking at the camera, but you can see the camera flips around, so I can easily see what I'm doing and line up shots a lot quicker. And this is the Sony Handycam. I picked this up at Walmart, and they still sell this locally. They still do, amazingly, even though it's going on around 4 years old now, 3 or 4 years old. And there is the specifications of it, if anyone is curious. Again, I'm not going to get really close on the lens because I don't know how much of everything everybody is seeing. It takes just camera batteries, and I ordered some extra replacement ones off of Amazon, and I have a charger back here on the main workbench with a spare battery, always charging just in case there's a day where filming goes long or something like that. And it's got the comfort grip here to comfortably hold it, and it fits comfortably in the palm of my hand. But again, if I'm going to be filming like this, I will put it on one of the little tripods like that to where it'll be more stable for me and to where I can line up shots easier. And if I'm filming myself, again, I can get that little bit of extra extension to get more of myself in the shot for everyone. But it's a basic camera. Again, it was $250, I believe, at the time, and I saved for a while to get it and was happy to get it. And again, at the time, it was a big investment for me because I didn't know where this channel was going, if people were going to continue to support me. You know, you just have those thoughts in your head being a human and everything. But again, looking back, major investment. There is, you can take a snapshot photo on it, you can zoom in, zoom out. There is the button on the back to easily just pop it, you know, to film, pop it to turn it off or push it. And there is the charging cable for USB, and it will hook right into the computer. And what I love about all the cameras I've showed you is as soon as you connect the USB, it pops up like a file folder, like a the flash drives you can put in the computer and load files on. So you just drag and drop them onto your desktop. You don't have to install no additional software, no, you know, buy no extra software. It just plugs in just like a flash drive, and it runs on micro SD cards like a cell phone uses. You just heard it start up again, and hopefully I am a nail biter. I will gladly admit that. There we go. There is the connection for the micro SD cards, like runs on a cell phone. And this camera picks up audio amazingly well. Sometimes you will hear the train running by the station, which is a mile away. You'll hear an airplane going over, a car going down the road nearby, and the quality that this picks up is amazing. The pickups for the microphone are on the front. There's no way to connect a microphone to this, if anyone was curious, and I've never had a need to buy one or invest in one for anything. But really, really cool. Again, got locally at Walmart, as well was the Kodak PlaySport years and years ago. I think I got the camera that we're filming on now. Family got it for me as a birthday present. I think my mom and grandma got it from me because I was interested in doing videos. And I think that camera that we're filming on right now cost around $100, $115 maybe at the time. And it came with the video editing software that I'm still using to this day. But really, really cool. I do want to wrap up this video, so what I'm going to do is flip these cameras back around again and put the main camera back on the tripod to where I can see what I'm doing. Let's do that right now. And there we go. We are back rocking and rolling with the main camera I film on, again with the flip out screen. So I always apologize if I'm ever looking kind of off center because I'm focusing on the screen, and then at the very end I will focus directly all my attention on the camera lens. We just filmed that previous clip on the little Kodak PlaySport, but that is pretty much all I use. People have asked what kind of lighting do I use, do I have any lighting rigs. It is 8 light bulbs in this workshop. They are 100 watt LEDs, and that's all I use. Of course, when I'm outside, I'm at the I am at the mercy of Mother Nature. You know, if you're filming outside with wind and everything, sometimes, again, this camera that I'm filming on now picks up amazing audio, like the wind and everything. I'm very impressed with that. And at the end, when I get done filming everything, I will go and, you know, dump everything onto the computer, and then it's just video editing from then on out. And that is a Windows 10 desktop I'm using. My first probably 25 or 30, maybe even 40 or 50 videos I ever filmed was on a Windows Vista. That's including my early woodworking videos as well. And you think about that, when I started this up, that was in 2017, and I was still rocking with a Windows Vista. But thankfully I do have a nice Windows 10 desktop now with an amazing drive on it that can do what I need to do on it. And people always ask me, what kind of camera do you have? Do you have this? You know, I don't have a teleprompter. I shoot from the hip in all of my videos. Like, for instance, like if this was a scroll saw project and everything was prepped, you know, and ready to rock and roll to film here, and I go, hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Here's today's project, this, that. I might film that part right there 4 or 5, maybe even 6 times, and it's always different from where I started to where I end up, because I find the correct words to say through the repeating of what I'm trying to say. And then when I get done and I'm like, and here is the completed project right here, you know, that I also film 5 or 6 times, and then I'll pick out the best one. Usually it's the first one, but sometimes I will find better words and a better way of explaining it through just doing extra ones. And then when I get the video edited, I just delete the raw files. I do keep the main videos I process. I run all of my videos through a program called Handbrake. A main woodworking video for me on a Monday might be between 1 and 1.50 gigabytes in size. That is a big file size to upload to YouTube. I've downloaded this program. It's free to download, called Handbrake, and I run all of my videos through it, and it'll crunch a 1 gigabyte video down to 400 or 300 megabytes. So that's a drastic decrease in file size. That's also great for saving videos to like an external hard drive where all of my videos are on from the beginning. And it's just a great program. It takes time to process stuff, so usually if I'm processing a video, I will do that as soon as I get up in the morning and have my coffee. I will go on and start the process on Handbrake to break everything down, and it doesn't sacrifice none of the video or audio quality. I use it a lot. But I hope this video has answered some questions that people may or may not have wanted to know about how I go about filming everything. Again, everything is just bare bones here. That is how I am, and I try to just do it in the best of my abilities and what I have. I have had offers for people to come in with nice camera rigs and film one of my videos for me, and I might do that just to see if there's an increase in viewers or increase in quality, you know, just out of curiosity. So really, really cool. And a lot of people say, if you want to get into YouTube, what do you need to do? Just start. If you go back to my original woodworking videos, because I know then I wasn't filming for fun, I was filming to teach. I was very robotic in my movements and my voice and everything, and over the years it's just become more natural for me to do this, and I love doing it. I have a passion for doing it, and again, I do have a better video editor to try one day. It's just that with the crunch of getting a video out every week, and now with the Wednesday videos, and now with the 60-second shorts, you know, time is not on my side when it comes to learning something new that I know I need to hone in and focus on. That is part of the reason I do not use the CNC as much as I do as well. You know, it's sitting out here in the workshop, and I use it mainly as a photo backdrop. I have used it, you know, made some beautiful projects with it, but again, I haven't had the chance to really just sit down and sink my teeth into the software side of everything. But really, really cool. I hope you found this video informative. If you'd like to see me do more videos about this, or want to know anything else about my filming methods, please let me know down in the comments. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel, and also follow me over on Instagram at Artisan Pirate. Links to all my social medias, as well as ways to contact me, will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one, and remember guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.